What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Sunshine, back at it again with another YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a few tips and advice that I use in order to, you know, get my apartment and everything. I've had a lot of people, not a lot, but like, you know, quite a few people asking me like how I did it and everything. So it just became, you know, repetitive. So I just said, why not put it in a video? So here we go. Go ahead and get you a pen and some paper and, you know, get to watching. So the steps and advice in this video, they're really simple, like really simple. I thought it was going to be like a hard process when getting my first apartment, due to, you know, I was so young, only 19, you know what I'm saying. I thought it was going to be like really hard and everything, but it was super easy and I did it all on my own. So if you follow these tips and advice that I give you, you can do it all on your own too. And that's it. So without further ado, before we get started, go ahead and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the button so you'll be notified every time I post a YouTube video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So the first you know, tips and advice that I have, and this is like the base starter, is saving your money. You need to be good with money management. You need to be good at saving your money and everything. What I did was, you know, I had my job that I had, I was getting paid every week. You know, I get paid every week, so I would take, you know, my check that I get every week, I would take, you know, let's say, I want to say, okay, so I'll take 10% of the check. I hope I'm doing this right, I'm not good with math. I would take 10% of the check, which I want to say like probably just like $100, and I would use it for like, you know, my everyday needs. You know what I'm saying? If I want to go out to eat, if I need gas, hygiene stuff, all that, I would use it for like my personal needs. And then if I had bills, I would take out the bills also. You know, I take out $100 and I would take out the money that I use for the bills. And then I would put the rest up into my savings account and I would not touch it. It took me 3 months to save up the amount of money that I did in order to move out. And when I moved out, I had 5 months rent ahead of time, and I only been in my place for about since October, so like 3 months I want to say. So I had made sure I had 5 months rent ahead of time. That's that. So with that being said, you're gonna need a steady job. You're not like, you can't be switching jobs and everything like that. You cannot be, you know, being Trish from off of Austin and Alley. You can't do that. Like, you got to have a steady job. That's the only way that your pay stubs and everything gonna add up when you go to the leasing office. And then, okay, so then the second tip would be finding an apartment within your budget, and that includes like most of your bills. So what I did was I found an apartment that was in my budget, but also something that I really loved and really liked. Like, I was just not going for you know, any apartment. Like, I want to stay in still appliances, updated appliances, and updated counters and everything like that. And that's what I got when I went, you know, that's what I got when that's what I was looking for when I was, you know, looking for apartments. Okay, about the budgeting part, you want to make sure you find something that's within your budget, meaning if you make a certain amount of money a month, you don't want to go over that amount. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to go over that amount. So then you kind of want to make a list of all your bills, and that's what I did. I made a list of all my bills. I had a car note, I had insurance, and I had car note, insurance, phone bill. So I had about 3 bills before I moved out, and then I added, and along with that, so I would write down the price and amount that it was, and then along with that, I would put the rent that I wanted to pay. So the rent, basically the rent that I was, you know, hoping to pay, and then on top of that, whatever bills came with it. Once you get done writing down all your bills and you're adding up, you know, everything that's like the total pricing of the month. So you're gonna add your car note, your insurance, and your phone bill along with the rent that you supposedly want to pay. So you'll add all that up and you'll be like, do I make more than this? In my case, I made way more than that, so that was good. So make sure you write down all your bills, and then you'll see how much you need to make, if you need to make a little more or whatever. And then along with the bills and everything, I found an apartment that kind of included most of my bills, like water, trash, like valet trash and stuff like that. So the only thing I really have to pay is light bill, but I'm only one person, and like I don't have a roommate or nothing like that, no kids, nothing like that. So my light bill is nothing a month. Like it's really low, like really low a month. Yeah. And then so the third advice I would like to give you guys is find a neighborhood that you like. Nothing that is rural, however you want to say it. I don't want to say ghetto, but I'm just gonna say ghetto. Nothing that, you know, it's kind of like ghetto, like because you're not gonna like it there. Trust me, you're gonna want to move every day because of the type of environment you in. You just want to pick something that's quiet. I picked something that was quiet, something that, you know, like a gated community, kind of like a so it's a gated community, that the one that I live in. So that's kind of where I went, you know. It's kind of, you know, the direction that I was headed in. So yeah, so just make sure that the neighborhood that you move into is, you know, up to your standards, basically. The fourth advice would be roommates. My take on roommates: before I moved out, I was gonna get a roommate, but then I thought about it. If they don't have their end of the, like, if they don't have their end of the stick, like if they don't have their money once rent is coming, y'all, it's gonna affect both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna affect both of y'all. So I was just like, and in that case, you know, in that case you will have to be dependent on your roommate too in order to come through with theirs. If not, then you would have to pay your roommate's part, because I'm guessing you only get about 3 days before you could, you know, before, you know, the leasing office, like, where my money at, like, where's their money? Yeah, so I would say no roommates. If you could do it by yourself, do it by yourself. I wouldn't suggest, like, if you have a significant other and you want to move in with your significant other, yeah, do that. But then I don't have no advice on that situation, because that's not me. Yeah, so I would not recommend roommates, like moving in with a friend. I would not recommend that at all. Like, I'm just telling y'all, you know, the truth, because then, you know, you'll be practically dependent on them to come through with their half of the half of their money. You know what I'm saying? And then if they can't come up with their half of the money, you'll be out money trying to make sure that y'all not out on the street somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So the fifth advice would be credit. So I'm not gonna be too touchy or big on this topic, because in my case, I was a first-time renter, 19 years old. I'm just getting started in this world. You know what I'm saying? You know, I barely got credit. You know, I barely had credit, because, you know, I only have my car note, and then, you know what I'm saying, that's the only thing I really have. Luckily, my credit is good, but with credit, they're not really looking at your credit as long as you don't have any eviction notice on your credit, and long as you know, not owing anybody any money, like, you know, you're not owing any company any money or whatever, they're not gonna be, you know, other than that, you good to go. Because that's what I was worried about. Like, I was like, because I was hearing a whole bunch of things on YouTube and or whatever, and trust me, credit, depending on what state you live in, I live in Florida, you know what I'm saying, it's not really a big thing, especially for first-time renters. They're just looking at if you had an eviction notice or if you owe anybody money on your credit. They're looking at all of that, both of those things, and, you know, and then you're gonna have, you know, of course, a background check that you have to do, like if you a criminal or whatever, if you've been to jail or whatever, you know, that's it. And then I want to say, when you're looking for your apartment, this would be like the 6th tip: scheduling tours. Make sure you schedule a tour before you actually say, yep, this is the apartment that I want to move into, or let me apply for this application, or anything like that. Make sure you schedule a tour, because it could look way different. It could look a certain way on the internet, and then it could look way different on like in person. And yeah, you don't want to get mixed up with that. So the links are not the links, but the websites that you can look on if you're having trouble looking for apartments. You can try apartment.com, and then you can try Zillow. I feel like apartment.com is a little better than Zillow, whatever. I feel like Zillow is more for Zillow, if I'm saying it right. I feel like Zillow is more for houses, like actual houses, and then apartment.com would be apartment.com for apartments. Yeah, so keep that in mind. The 7th one, I think, furniture. When you're moving in, you know, I'm still working on my furniture. Yeah, but when you're moving in, don't try to rush for furniture. Don't try to be like, oh, let me make sure I got all my stuff for furniture, you know, got all my stuff, all my furniture in here. Like, I'm not rushing. I don't think you should be rushing. I don't have company over anyways, because, you know, I just like my own personal space. But to each his own. But stay tuned for the furniture tour for my apartment though. But I'm just telling you, you don't have to rush and, you know, buy furniture. And then I guess the 8th one would be like a question that I get: is it easy? I feel like if you're good with money management, if you're good with being on your own and independent, if you're good with you know, responsibilities, having an apartment is a really big, it's a really big responsibility. It's like having a child. You gotta take care of the child, or the child will get taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take care of the apartment. You gotta keep up with the bills and everything, or your stuff will be taken away from you. And I've been independent since a young age, so it really never, getting an apartment was just you know, another walk in the park. Getting an apartment for me was another walk in the park, kind of. Like, I know, I'm like literally not even bragging, like I'm so independent. Getting another apartment was a walk in the park for me. But yeah, so I would say, just long as you know, got responsibility, you know, time, I mean not time management, but money management and everything like that, a good job, it should be kind of, you know, easy for you. So that's all my tips, really quick, easy tips and advice that, you know, I took in and that I'm giving you guys in order to get your apartment or start looking for apartments. But let's go over it. Just make sure you saving your money. Find an apartment within your budgets. Roommates, no. Furniture, it can wait. Credit, long as you ain't got no evictions, no criminal history, none of that. And scheduling tours. Remember to schedule tours. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. If you guys have any more questions or advice, leave it down in the comments below and I will answer any questions. If you guys want to reach me on my social medias, follow my Instagram at Sunshine Andrea, the way it's spelled on my YouTube, with 2 A's at the end. And then my TikTok is Sunshine Andrea, the same way it's spelled on YouTube. And that's it for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the button so you'll be notified every time I post a YouTube video.